How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be looking at the brand new cards dropping with Aphelios. So Aphelios is finally hitting Legends of Runeterra. We're having a new champion already. I feel like it wasn't that long ago since the last few new champions that we got. But with great champions comes great new cards, and with great new cards comes great new metas, and so on and so forth. So today we're going to be watching the video showcasing the new cards. It doesn't really showcase them, it just shows us the cards, and then we can maybe kind of do a little bit of theory crafting afterwards, and kind of give a rank in a tier setting of potentially what's really strong and what's maybe not so strong. But usually whenever they bring new cards into the meta or to Legends of Runeterra, they're usually really strong because they want people to buy them and use them and construct a deck around them, and then eventually a couple of patches later they tone them down in some shape or form. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, slap a like on it, and if you're new here, subscribe. But let's watch the video.
Awake to my voice and hear the call within. Embrace the fear inside.
Holy shit, that's strong.
Surrender your mind to mine again. Close your eyes, have faith in me, and leave the light behind. You're never alone.
So now let's actually look at the cards. I feel like that video was quite fast. It was just like, here's a card, here's a card, here's a card. So now we can kind of freeze frame it and talk about specifically if the card is strong or not, or what deck it would fit into. Because there was a lot of cards. There was a lot of cards. And may I say that the song in the background to this video is absolutely fire. And I have no idea who sings it, but it was nuts. It was chilling. It was cool. So, alright, let's look at it. So first card, Le Flight. It is an elusive card. Draw one and shuffle me into the top 3 cards of your deck. I feel like this is a very strong card combined with something like Zoe. Obviously, Zoe's an elusive. This would actually probably fit into a lot of Zoe decks, which potentially I'm not a fan of. I play against Zoe decks all the time. You guys probably do too. Zoe Lee Sin, Zoe Teemo as well. Pretty much lately there's been a lot of different iterations of Zoe decks, just because she's so strong. And yeah, this is going to make probably Zoe decks even stronger than before, so you can have more and more elusives down. So comment below and let me know what you think of this card. Damn it, no more Zoe decks. But we'll see. It's a Targon card, so obviously it's going to be a Targon deck or some kind of Targon combo. I don't think this would really work that well with a Taric, but we'll see. A lot of draw potential in that card as well. Alright. 2-cost unit. The fact that the previous card is a 1-cost is kind of nuts in my eyes, but the Sky Shadows. The art of these cards, by the way, are getting better and better and better. I was always blown away at the animations, but more so as the expansions and new champions are dropping, I'm getting blown away at the art. You know, the art in Legends of Runeterra is by far way greater than a lot of the art in League of Legends. So, the Sky Shadows, when I'm summoned, refill 2 spell mana if you behold a Nightfall card. So this is obviously wanting to bring back Nightfall. I feel like Nightfall's definitely fallen off a good bit. I usually find that as more expansions drop and more cards come, then the older kind of playstyles and the older regions kind of fade away. So this would be cool. Starting to potentially see Nocturne and Diana decks coming back. Haven't really seen a really strong Nocturne deck in a long time. Nocturne's kind of fallen to the wayside, so this could be pretty cool. Being able to refill 2 mana as well if you behold a Nightfall card could set you up with a Peel Cascade instantly and stuff. So That's pretty nice, man. On to the next one. Alright, so you guys can't see this because my big fat face is in the way. So, the Fangs. It's a 4-cost card, obviously. Lifesteal. Whenever you play, invoke a celestial card that costs 3 or less. This is actually pretty nuts, in my opinion. Lifesteal is one of those... Lifesteal is one of those things which you have to be very, very careful of, because lifesteal can be very overpowered, especially late game. So... yeah, being able to play... I feel like it's good because it's a 4-cost. If this was like a 3-cost, this would be hyper overpowered. 4-cost, 3-2. That's a standard kind of power and health for a 3 or 4-cost card. But being able to invoke a celestial card that costs 3 or less is probably going to set you up for a deck surrounding these new cards. Because I did see one later on, which we do see... which says if you behold a messenger, then it does something. So obviously, if you invoke a celestial card, which costs 3 or less, it's gonna be very, very similar to that of a Zoe, of a Zoe card whenever she gets the Nexus Strike. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot more Zoe decks than we've ever seen before, probably, guys. But hey ho. The Cloven Way. The Cloven Way. Dude, this is insane. This is literally a planet, but it's a bull. It's a planet, but it's a bull. It's sick. Nightfall. Stun an enemy. Oh, if it's a follower, stun it again at the next round start. So we could potentially see, guys, this combo with a Yaz, who I haven't seen Yasuo in a long time. So this could be kind of nice. You know, I haven't seen a strong Yasuo deck in a while, so having a Targon Ionian deck could be pretty spicy to kind of see. I feel like it's a 5-cost, 5/4, pretty hefty when it comes to the power and the health, but realistically, you're gonna want to combine this with a unit who obviously scales or has some kind of interaction with stun. It isn't just for, well, you probably could play this in a deck where you just want to stun it again, you know, you just want to keep stunning it and unlock it down. I like it. It's cool. It's a cool idea, cool interaction. Right, I actually spoke during the last video, or during whenever you watched the video, where I shouldn't have been speaking. I feel like whenever you're watching a reaction video, whenever people just talk over it, it takes away from it. So I shouldn't have done that. But this seems really strong. And I feel like every landmark which we've seen so far has usually been really strong. Yeah, like landmarks over the last little bit have become an absolute landmark, an absolute win condition, and a big part of building a deck. Where, you know, back in last year, you could kind of build a deck around usually a champion. And then, you know, people started building decks around different types of win conditions. You know, a late game, a mid game win condition. You know, if that falls off, we go for this. And now, with the interaction of landmarks, I feel like they're becoming more of a pivotal role, especially when it comes to rank play. And the Veiled Temple. Each round, the first time you play 2 other cards, this is obviously going to be very, very strong whenever you combine this with Nightfall. This seems to be wanting to bring back Nightfall. I can see that I can see the way this is going. I can see the way they're setting it up for a lot of deck structure and a lot of meta shifting. They want Nightfall back. Obviously they want Nightfall back. They still want to keep the Targon there. They want to keep using Zoe, Taric. You know, Lee Sin probably will come back. We'll see Yaz coming back. Maybe we'll start to see like Shadow Owls kind of fade away a wee bit. We'll see. Yeah, Demacia right now is probably one of like an A tier. Yeah, it will be like an A tier orientated deck. But we'll see. Each round, the first time you play each other cards, refill 2 mana and grant your strongest ally +1/+1. So I feel like this potentially is going to get nerfed very soon. I feel like this is going to be abused very, very early on. We're going to see how strong this is from the get-go. As soon as this drops in patch day, you're going to see this being integrated into people's decks. Starbone. It is a burst spell. I'm starting to see a lot more burst spells as well coming into play. Obviously, a burst spell, you cannot counterspell it, you cannot notify it, you cannot do anything, you can't deny it, you can't do anything against it. If you behold the messenger, this is what I was talking about earlier. If you behold a messenger, grant celestial allies everywhere +1/+1. So this is literally a Zoe's perfect combo card. Like, if you have a Zoe deck in some shape or form or some facet, having this is going to be unbelievable. This will be probably setting you up for a very aggro or mid-game orientated Celestial deck or Targon deck, and this could be absolutely crazy. So, and obviously Messenger gives you draw potential as well. So, I like it. It's a 2-cost card as well. Not super overpowered, but a nice little addition to the already Targon, or what was it called? Call of the Mountain expansion. Alright, and next we have stress testing. So remove fleeting, you can't see this because of my big fat head again. Remove fleeting from all cards in hand when I'm discarded, draw 1. So this is going to be an absolute match made in heaven for our boy TF. If you have a TF deck, this is going to be absolutely fan-frickin-tastic. It can probably work with Heimerdinger in some shape or form. Maybe you don't want to play your turrets in that round. Obviously, your turrets are 0 cost whenever you play them, but potentially you don't want to play them that round for whatever reason, or maybe you have a full hand or full board. I don't know. Stress testing could be nice with Heimerdinger, but most importantly, guys, this is going to be unbelievable when it comes to a TF deck. 100%. Anyway, moving on. It's also a 1 cost. And we got Troll Gifts. Troll Gifts. A lot of burst spells so far. Grant an ally regeneration. If they already have it, grant them +2/+2 instead. A burst spell being able to give you regeneration, I feel is kind of nuts. Is kind of freaking nuts. Just throwing this on an unsuspecting... Well, the thing is, once this card's played, enough people will know that's what you're going to do. But, yeah, being able to play regeneration, knowing potentially they have 0 mana, and they're not going to be able to counter it in some shape or form. You take out a big top-tier follower or ally or one of their win cons, and they think they're going to trade early or trade into you in some shape or form, and you just go, boom! You got me down to 1 health. Regeneration. Next round, I'm coming back for more. Regeneration on something like... It's a Aphelios card, so popping this on something like a Aphelios Targon deck, and putting this on an Aurelion Sol or something nuts like that, or putting it on a Tryndamere. Putting it on a Tryndamere. This could be unbelievable. Gluttony. Fast card. We're moving away from burst spells, moving on to the fast card. So kill an ally with Last Breath. To summon a follower from your deck, the costs 1 more. I like it. I like it a lot. So kill an ally with Last Breath. Obviously, this is a Shadow Isles card. And once you do kill them, you summon a follower from your deck that costs 1 more. I feel like this is kind of nutty. Very nutty. But I like it. I like it a lot. Ephemeral cards are going to be potentially rearing their dirty undead heads again. Oh, this intrigues me. Flurry of Fists. We're back to the burst spells, guys. Flurry of Fists. Grant an ally +1/+0 and quick attack. If it already has quick attack, grant it double attack instead. Now, could this be unbelievable for like Lucian decks in some facet? You have Lucian, you have Senna, you can get like a double Senna or double Lucian from the get-go. This could be insane. I feel like Flurry of Fists it's been a 3 cost is kind of nuts. But I like it. Could we see some kind of OTK decks where we potentially use Flurry of Fists and then turn them into elusive? That could be absolutely crazy. I I like it. At first, when I saw these cards, I thought it was going to be all Targon. And I'm starting to enjoy seeing a mix of regions. You know, we have Ionian now. We had Shadow Owls. Good. That's what I like to see. I don't like them kind of forcing us into one meta and having like a one-dimensional take on decks. So, good job. Then we got the Powder Pandemonium Bilgewater deck, of course. Summon a Powder Monkey and give a random enemy vulnerable this round for each time you've activated Plunder this game. Oh, so if you potentially play this maybe on turn 7, 8, 9, you have your Gangplank down, maybe a MF, whatever you're going to be playing around this. Being able to have Plunder leading up to this card. Say you maybe Plunder 4 or 5, maybe 4 times on like the 8th or 9th turn in some shape or form. You can potentially make everybody on the field vulnerable. Isn't that right? What I'm looking at? Summon a Powder Monkey, so you get a Powder Monkey and give a random enemy vulnerable this round for each time you've activated Plunder. Yeah, I'm right in what I'm saying. And obviously you can then potentially trade your Powder Monkey into who you've made vulnerable. You can just go, boom, I'm going to get some damage done to the Nexus because the Powder Monkey is going to give me 1 damage. And then we can go, boom, get rid of whoever you have down. And then maybe get rid of the remainder with Make It Rain or whatever else you're playing. Maybe a TF down. Get the red card, clear the field. Pretty nice. I like it. Wild Claws. Okay, first slow card that we've seen. An ally strikes an enemy. If it has Overwhelm, deal excess damage to the enemy Nexus. Okay, an ally strikes an enemy. If it has Overwhelm, deal excess damage to the enemy Nexus. Huh. So is this if the enemy has Overwhelm? So you kind of do an old turnaround. You kind of gain their Overwhelm in some shape or form. That's kind of cool. So say you have a 6/4 card. The enemy has a 3/3 Overwhelm card. You potentially don't have Overwhelm on that 6/4 card, but it kind of gives you Overwhelm. It's kind of like a single combat. I nearly lost my mind there. It's kind of like a single combat, but it's a slow spell, and it gives you Overwhelm. I kind of like it. I like it. Obviously, it's an auction-oriented card as well, so you can see a lot of potential in there because of the way Noxian cards work and the way Noxian decks are played. And Molten Breath, obviously we've got to have some dragon cards in here. Molten Breath, it's a slow card, 6 costs. We're getting into the big beefy costs now. 6 costs Molten Breath. An ally with Fury strikes the 2 weakest enemies. This is going to be an absolute match made in heaven for Shyvana decks. Being able to display that on turn... Maybe you wouldn't play it on turn 6. Obviously it's a 6 cost, but being able to play that on maybe turn 8 with Shyvana, it could be kind of nuts. It could be kind of nuts. You could like potentially instantly level up Shyvana depending on who you attack. And obviously she's going to have Fury proccing as well, which is going to make her even stronger than before. So I think this is a pretty cool integration, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Because I'm a fan of Shyvana decks. I like the champion. Let's go. I think that's it. That's it. And obviously, remember, guys, Aphelios himself will be dropping, so we're going to be seeing a lot of these cards combined with Aphelios at the core. Aphelios is going to be the go-to for a lot of people whenever he drops, because that's just what happens whenever new cards drop or new champions drop. And I think what we're going to see is we're going to see Aphelios with all the different regions with the new cards in some shape or form. So you're going to see like an Aphelios Ionia deck, an Aphelios Bilgewater deck. I don't know. So obviously it's going to be a trial and error trying to see what people can come up with. But I am, for one, exceptionally excited, and I am a fan of what Legends of Runeterra are doing with their with their approach to new champions, new card releases. You know, we're not kind of left in the dark. We have a nice kind of idea of whenever there's going to be new expansions and new little goodies coming to the game in some facet. So, as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, slap a like on it. I very, very much appreciate it. And if you're new here, subscribe. I would be honored if you became part of my community and stayed up to date with all the content that I bring to you on a pretty damn regular basis. But until next time, bros, take it easy. Peace out, and good luck on the Rift.
Waves across the shore. Oh, maybe you could fly my kite, babe. Maybe you could fly my kite, babe.